My name is Markeisha Harris Minor, and I am the creator of Local Search. Local Search is your latest nationwide directory for Black-owned businesses. This weekend, I had the pleasure of traveling to Atlanta, Georgia, and I met some wonderful people. I actually met one that was traveling to Richmond, up here where we are, just to get a taste of home. I believe you frequented here before. So we're going to be doing an interview. This is the very first episode of what I'm going to begin to call Local Talks. And we're going to get to know this gentleman that is to my right. All right, so I have with me here Zoe. Zoe, or some know him as Zoser.
That's it.
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to have a few questions.
Okay.
I want to start with who you are.
Okay. Simple, complex question. First off, Zoser is short for a name that I was given by one of my spiritual teachers. The full name is Mus Zoser Onkat, and it means born of divine body, eternal ruler of the house. But I grew up in Maryland. Was born in Maryland, but I did live here in Richmond for.
You said your dad was in Newport News or somewhere in the 757, or was it?
Oh, no, it was here.
Okay.
Maryland, but we actually moved to Richmond, like off of, Henning over there in Henning Elementary.
Yes.
Over in that area.
Okay.
And then we moved to Midlothian.
Okay.
In a burg.
Gotcha.
And then I moved to London for a while.
Oh, wow.
And then once I came back from London, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I've been there ever since.
Okay.
Yeah. So, about me, I love sports. I do martial arts. I'm into metaphysics, health, awareness, self-awareness, African spirituality, a lot of different subjects that I've acquired through traveling the world and just on my journey of knowing myself.
Right.
I've just acquired it. Now I'm kind of at the point when I want to teach, or at least point people in the right direction so they can make the journey within as well.
Right. Give back what you've acquired,
Exactly.
which is always great when you find something good. Sometimes we'll want to hold on to it, but it means more to be able to share with others, plant those seeds instead of just having a tree. Before you know it, we're going to have a forest of all this greatness. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so a few of those things that you mentioned, I could pretty much gather what it was, but I want to know more about metaphysics. Can you let me know what exactly that is, what it entails of?
Yeah, metaphysics. To make it in layman terms, it's kind of like the spirituality in action, and being able to literally manipulate elements by using nature. Like for example, in the Bible they might talk about like when they chant down Jericho's walls, they weren't just humming, they had a specific science that came along with that they were taught to do that, when people talk about like, for example, like in Haiti, or what they call Haiti, when the Haitians fought off all the different major European invaders, as I would call it,
right.
They were able to fight these people off with metaphysics, with their power and their connection with nature, and able to tap into that and utilize that to defend themselves, And same thing in ancient Egypt when you see all those rituals and stuff they're doing, and just like another good example in the Bible, when Moses turned his rod into a snake, remember that story? Yeah. And then the Pharaoh told his homeboy to do it. He didn't have to do it. He was like, he told Frank, come over and do that magic trick, and he was able to change that snake into another snake and eat that snake, so there's a science behind it, and that us as black people, we've been doing it, since, the beginning of our time on this planet, and it's something that we've kind of lost because of different foreign ideologies or religions, whatever the case has been placed upon us,
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little talk about metaphysics.
Okay, all right, well, thank you for that. All right, so thank you for sharing who you are, a little bit about your journey thus far. So now I want to get more into your why.
Okay.
Why all of this?
Life journey, because, we all have purpose and we all have a certain path that we have to follow,
Right.
And the more that you get in tune with that, and you get in tune with nature and yourself, they come together and they mold you for your mission here on this planet. You know, a lot of times it starts off with first you finding self, and like we said here, then sharing.
Okay.
So, you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I know when we talked a little bit before, you have that why, and then it was something else interesting, and as far as with the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw just looking at some of your videos on your website, growing up in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit about that and
Yeah,
what that's all about?
Yeah, that's
'Cause I'm a 90s baby, so I don't know anything about
I remember that. I remember you told me that. It was really big because MTV was really influential in a lot of ways as far as music. Like everybody, they had a monopoly almost over music, you know, and everything was attached to it, like movies and everything. So once you tapped into that, you tapped in. It just branched out. The tentacles branched out to every part of pop culture, you know. But the 80s, it was, I don't know how to describe it, you know, but it was something about it just because it was so. It was like a whole bunch of new stuff was happening, but it was really on a minute level, definitely compared to now, like electronics and you know. But even watching movies like Star Wars, you're like, how is that man got a lifesaver? You know, you're like watching all this stuff,
Yeah.
and so it was like an introduction to a new like world of technology.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. It was kind of the beginning.
It was the beginning.
Start
Yeah.
with everything we're seeing now.
Now, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All the things we have now.
Exactly.
It's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and yeah, it was an amazing time. The music, the art, everything. You know, it was a great time. You know, but I really just talked about that because when I start off the book, the first couple chapters talks about me growing up in that time. You know, so that's specifically why I kind of did that video.
Okay. Okay. And I love that segue because now we can kind of get into your book.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe has a book that's going to be releasing. Do you have the release
March
date yet?
5th.
March 5th. Yes, because you're going to be doing the event March.
Well, that's April 4th is the
okay,
event.
April 4th after.
March 5th
okay.
is the, yeah.
Okay. So everybody in Atlanta, make sure you know, and we'll get those. You have those details to provide yet?
For the event?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be at Sadiq's Bistro.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Sadiq's Bistro, it was a venue that I went to on my trip in Atlanta. I went on a Friday night and was open mic. That was hosted by Sharice Nicole, a wonderful woman. I got to meet her as well. And I enjoyed myself. So Sadiq's Bistro, if you're in Atlanta, make sure you stop by there. They specialize in vegan options, but there are options for everyone else. I didn't get a chance to eat any food there. I've been eating all weekend. So I couldn't force myself to eat anything else, but I've heard wonderful things about the food. Was it a jackfruit wrap?
Yeah,
Jackfruit wrap that everyone was talking about. I tried to get back by there, but this weekend it was jam-packed. It was awesome, but I wasn't able to make it. But the atmosphere, it was great vibes. The open mic, I believe they say they do it every third Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Every third Friday. Yeah, so make sure you check out Sadiq's, and then make sure you check it out on April 4th.
Mm-hmm.
What's the time?
It's going to start about noonish, and it's going to go it's like different events. It's like an all day event.
Oh.
Literally, it's got to after party after that, live music. It's going to be literally
wow.
from
Okay.
probably 1 to 3.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make it out there.
Yeah.
I'll be traveling to Houston Atlanta's gonna take on Houston April 1st.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have to make sure I make it back out to Atlanta for the 4th.
Okay.
Because it seems like this is
Baseball or basketball?
for Houston.
Yeah. You said they're taking it on?
No, Global takes on.
Oh, Global
Houston.
takes on. I got you. I
Yeah,
thought you
I'm
were
taking
talking
on
sports.
Houston.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything about
Okay, all right.
sports.
That-
but
that's even
Global
better.
now.
Yeah.
Globals gonna be taking on Houston.
Okay, I got you. That's even better.
Yep. So it is. It's the best. So now I want to get into your book.
Mhm.
So what's the name of it?
It's called BICULTURAL: Living and Leaving the World of Illusions.
Okay, interesting name.
Mhm.
Any background on that or anything?
Well, yeah, bicultural aspect is me being an African American,
Okay.
and then being introduced and embracing African spirituality. So in doing that, you grow up an American, but then you're also a part of another culture that you've embraced. So that's why I call it bicultural.
Right.
And living and leaving the world of illusions is about the awakening of not only self but of the world itself. And the more you go inside and find your true self, the more that the veil of this reality, goes away.
Okay. really deep. That's really deep. Okay. So you told me about the beginning of the book, talking about your background and things that happened. What else can we expect from the book?
I talked about a lot about. I put a lot of references in the book that you should read.
Okay.
That's why the way I put the book, I'll make points, and instead of the reader being okay, why would he say something like that? Just go to the back of the book, because a lot of those books have the answers why I said that. See, I believe in giving facts. I don't just say stuff just to say it.
Right.
So I like to base anything, all the information in that book pretty much comes from one of the references that are books that I referred to you to read in the book.
Okay.
So it's a lot of Black history that a lot of us don't know. You know, I talk about like how a lot of people don't know, like the Native Americans on America were actually blacks. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. They think that, you know, we all came from slaves, but, you know, and I talk about just the age of us as Black people, you know, going back to, you know, Kenyapathicus or Lucy, you know, that's millions of years old, and there were dinosaurs walking around like that. So, you know what I mean? You can't, you know, it's like.
Which is it?
Yeah, well, it's both. You know, because they're both. They're both. The facts are there. You know.
Okay.
But my point is, we've been told a lot of incorrect information. You know, but there are a lot of people, a lot of great authors, that have put out a lot of good information for us to find out our true history. You know, so I talk about that a lot.
Okay.
Talk about. Go ahead.
No. You. All I was going to say is that I like to hear that you have your references
exactly.
For people to be able to continue to research on their
Exactly.
own, and then also be able to back up facts, because you know a lot of things that you are discussing could be something that somebody's hearing for the first time. Some of it, some things you've said is newly introduced to me, but instead of you just like, hey, this is what I think, this is what I believe, you know, it's great that you provide that opportunity to say, well, this is where I found it.
Exactly.
You know, this is why I think this and why I believe it, and you know, continue to do your own research.
Yeah.
So no matter what stance somebody may have, or what opinion, or what they think they know or don't know, they have the option to continue to research.
Yeah.
And that's what's most important, because of course, everybody's going to have their own views, and it's going to be so many views that are out there, but to be able to access information on a different view is what's most important.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. With us as Black people, religion is like a really big thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
it is.
No matter what, if you're Christian, Muslim, or Jew, you know, even in the Black realm, you know, the different Black versions of that, you know.
Right.
But it's kind of like, because of my personal study and knowledge, it's like, if I can talk to you, if you're a Christian, I grew up a Christian, so, right? So I'm gonna know it, but I've studied it on a different level. So we can talk about the Bible all day, and I'll be happy with it, you know? If you're Muslim, you know, I studied the Quran. You know, we could talk about Islam all day, you know? The Torah, read the Torah, you know? We could talk about the Torah all day. If you're Hindu, read it, you know, so the more knowledge that you have, the more you can relate, and you can be more tolerant of other people's opinions and views.
Right, and mature about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where some things kind of go
Fault.
left.
Yeah, and me personally, I don't even debate anymore. I like to, because my thing is once I figure out what somebody's mindset is, I'll talk to them on that level. Not trying to demean anybody or say I'm better, but
you meet them where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so, and you know, the further we want to go down the rabbit hole, you know, I'm ready to jump.
Exactly. Okay. That's awesome. So, as far as with your book, like your research, like just, was it a specific structure or plan with the book, or was it like how did you? Because it sounds like you're very well versed, researched, and educated, and it's a lot that you can compile into one place. So how did you go about?
It's literally, because I wrote the book, and the way that I wrote it, I just have to go back in my memory to the books that I read it from and put it under the reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to ask you a few questions now, just about the platform of local. just kind of the premise of that.
Mhm.
I believe I may have shared it with
Yes,
you that
mhm.
night that our mission is to help rebuild sustainable communities
That's it.
and create generational wealth
Mhm.
in Black culture.
Mhm.
So definitely I remember us talking and you were on the stance that that's very important, it's
Mhm.
needed, and it's something we need to be intentional about.
Yeah, local, from what I see, okay, and I talk about this in the book as well. It's like somebody, a white friend of mine up in Richmond asked me, why does one of our friends that we knew in the area always talk about Black Power? I tried to explain to her, Black Power has nothing to do with like that being, you can't put Black Power and white power together.
Mhm.
Black Power is about Black excellence. Black Power, I said her, Black Power is about like Wakanda. And I'm not, I mean literally, even though it's fictitious,
Right.
but that excellency in which we had in the past.
Mhm.
It has nothing, local, the way that I see it, is the platform in which we can come together and to build Black excellence. That's the way I see it.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that,
And
that's-
because in not Black Power being a nasty term, that's why I said it like that, but we all want to have Black Power for each other,
right.
so we can come together and do exactly what you said, generate generational wealth.
Okay.
So I see local as a platform for us to come together and be able to reach out. First, when you want to go to somewhere, open mic, go to Sadiq Bistro. If you want to go buy a toothpaste, go get Leroy Johnson's toothpaste. Whatever the case may be. Every other race on this planet does that. We're the only ones that don't. And we have to have. It's imperative that we have a platform like local to be able to use it as a inventory,
Right.
and a reference point.
Right.
So what you're doing is, amazing, and that's why I want to support you. I'm gonna get everybody else
Thank
to
you.
support
Thank you.
local as much as I can.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it because that's where it all starts. And I can't say enough how supportive, everyone that I came across in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it was amazing. The bar has definitely said hi for the
Oh, yeah,
other
yeah,
cities,
yeah.
but I have no doubts that it's going to work out well everywhere
Mhm.
that I travel.
Yeah,
Because it's, it's like you said, it's a great thing. I'm not saying that because I'm the creator,
Mhm.
but it was something that was needed.
Mhm.
And then another view that I want to just discuss with you, I know you were mentioning Black Power.
Mhm.
That was a little while ago, another platform that I have on Instagram
Mhm.
where, just posting sometimes different memes and some information and
Mhm.
facts and things like that.
Mhm.
And one of them was interesting because it spoke about Black Power.
Mhm.
And so it had 3 columns. In the first column, it said, "This is not Black Power."
Mhm.
In the middle one, it had, "This is Black Power,"
Mhm.
and what it was showing was money.
Money.
And the third one, and "This is how we lose it," and it had the money going into the hands of different races
communities.
and
Yeah,
cultures.
that's it.
Yeah, so
That's it.
that's, the power is where the money is at, because when we want to be able to get control of our communities, see change in our communities, and I was on the radio show yesterday
Mhm.
with host DC
Mhm.
on 106, Mix 106 Radio,
Yeah.
and one of the things he was talking about was, is it Mayor Maynard?
Yeah.
Back in the day when he was the mayor,
Mhm.
one thing that he did to be able to bring change to the community was he said that he told me this story, and I plan on researching. I haven't researched it for myself, so I'm just saying what the history lesson that he
Mhm,
gave me
mhm.
was that he was stopping the money flow from going out
Mhm.
until assistance was given to
Yeah,
the Black community.
exactly.
So, he stopped the money.
Yeah, stop the money.
So
Yeah.
everything stopped.
Everything
So
stopped.
you need to see change, and that's what. I will admit I'm not as well versed in politics and things that are going on, so I can't say much. But I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's just like how to get that to correlate today, and how to do what it is that we need to do in that area, business area,
Mhm.
just everything.
Yeah, and what's ultimately, if we were to go in a time machine back in time,
Mhm.
and we were in, Black Wall Street, local would be that would be the guide. That would be the green book.
Yeah,
you
it
know
would
what I'm
be the
saying?
green book,
Yeah,
yeah.
local would be the green book for everything in Black Wall Street, and I have a whole section on that Black Wall Street in the book.
Okay. I'm excited about this book.
Yeah, me too. But I have a whole section about Black Wall Street because people don't realize that we were 100% self-sustained. 100%. Schools, theaters, you name it. Pharmacy, we were just doing our thing,
Right.
you know. But, you know, that's no different than what we've done for millions of years as Black people, you know.
Right.
So, you know, and I talk about the evolution and de-evolution of us as a people and us at our current status as opposed to our ancestors, you know, because our time fall was very short. Talking 400 years, what happens after you go after that? You start dealing with the Moors, you start dealing with the Malis, you start dealing with, you know, the Egyptians, you start dealing with the Olmecs. I mean, those were some of the most powerful nations on this planet for the longest time. Mansa Musa, I can go on and on, you know, but you know, this is a small chapter. It's a bad chapter of a very large, thick book.
Right, I agree. And with you saying that now, it's just clicking in my head. You know, it was 400 years,
Yeah.
but it was so much more of that that we're trying to get back
Exactly.
and undo. So, you know, I don't even know what to say about that because it just clicked, and I need to process it and chew on that.
I did my job.
But okay, I'm gonna have to revisit that and have some more conversations because that's, you know, a lot of things that I'm fortunate about with local, and just having different conversations with people, having things that'll spark something in my mind or somebody else's, and like you said, to be able to not debate it, but to dialogue.
Yeah, let's build.
Exactly. So I like that. Okay. All right. So, as far as the local, we appreciate your support.
Okay.
However you can assist, and definitely everybody, March 4th. How will the book be available?
Actually, sorry, March 5th.
5th. I'm
April
sorry.
4th,
April
March
4th
5th.
is
I know
okay.
it's
So March
close.
5th. March 5th.
You can go to Yourbrozo.com. If you buy it from me, I'm just going to send you out a copy. But it's going to be available at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and it's actually going to it has an ISBN, and it's going to the Library of Congress as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
so it's, you can literally just Google it, and it's going to pop up and you can buy it.
Okay. Okay. And say the website for me again
Oh,
and
sorry.
spell it out to make
It's
sure.
YOURBROZO.com.
Okay.
Yourbrozo.
All right, I got that. Make sure you visit the website in general, just because it's an awesome website, a lot of information. I enjoyed it. I need to finish going through it. You get all the information on how to get the book. We have Barnes & Noble. We have Amazon. It's going to have the ISBN, and it's going to be in the Library of Congress. Okay, so way too many opportunities to get for you not to be able to buy it. So basically, that was a lot of words, but basically what I'm saying is go out and buy it. You have is numerous ways that you can do it, so make sure that you do it. And I want to thank Zoe for taking the time to speak to me today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that's all the questions I had. Was there anything else, any burning desire to leave us with a tidbit? Or?
No, I mean, it's
Okay.
just, like I said, my main thing is just internalize, you know. A lot of people try to look for God outside, and the only reason all of us are breathing and living right now is because of the breath of wind that God put into us. So, you know, our temple is where God exists. So internalize. The further you go into yourself, the closer you'll get to God.
Well, thank you. And thank you all for joining. And I look forward to speaking with you all. Until next time, anybody that wants to come on for what is now going to be Local Talks, make sure to contact me. The website for Local Search, it is www.localsearch.com. The app is available in the Apple App Store and the Android Play Store. And if you need to get in contact with us, the email address is contactus@localsearch.com. Again, I'm Markeisha Harris Minor, and I thank you all for tuning in, and y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.